Happy New Year, stars. Star to star. And I'm back. 2026. Hey, B, it felt like we was never going to get there. And I mean, seriously, we've had a rough year with the new administration. And remember, we got 3 more years to go. So with that being said, I am actually drinking my tea, right? However, I'm doing something new. I don't know if you can see it because of the green screen, because it's yellow. Um, okay, lemon ginger tea with probiotics. Okay. So now that it's flu season and we have this super cold going around the country. Um, if you follow me, you know that last year this time I was actually in the hospital with the flu. So thank God no repeat on that, right? New Year's was good, quiet. We spent our New Year's with some dear friends that are like our family. It was two other couples, so it was three couples. We spent the New Year's together. We went out to dinner, an early dinner, and then we went over to one of the couple's apartment, and we brought the New Year in there, playing spades and just enjoying ourselves. Really, we had a great time, and looking forward to more. Right? Okay, so being that it's the New Year, you know what? Seriously, I have some things going on in the new year, right? I want to first pick a day with you guys where I actually spend about 30 to 35 minutes going live to actually get more entwined and being one on one with my subscribers. Now that I have over 5,000 subscribers, and I know that's not a lot for some people, but it's a lot for me, and I absolutely appreciate you guys. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. If you find it funny, you found parts of it, I'm now putting out little clips of things. So, listen, it's going to be a new year. I'm working on a new introduction, like I said. I thought it would be ready for the new year, but things are happening, but I'm working on it. I wanted to start it off with it, but here we are, the first new video of 2026, and it is what it is, okay? It's new energy, it's the new year, and it's new vibes. And seriously, some of the things that went on last year, if you follow me, you know that I am going through my diabetes journey. I was diagnosed with diabetes in 2025. I can actually say last year, okay? And my weight has gone up and down somewhat. And when my numbers were really, really crazy, it brought me down to where I should be, which was like 169. That's where I was, right? Baby, I went to the doctor the other day. New Year's. It's time for new tests and, physical. Baby, I got my butt on that scale. I'm 190. 190. Now, 190 is a lot of weight for me because my regular weight is 170, 175. But because of going through my numbers being up and down, and what I'm finding out with how I'm dealing with diabetes, and I have the sensor on my arm, and it's connected to my phone, and it's connected to Leighton's phone, so he knows when I go high or when I go low. Just one other thing. Listen, I, again, want to tell you guys that Leighton has really stepped up. And I know you're saying, like, y'all guys been together so long. What do you mean stepped up? What I mean stepped up is we've been together this year, makes 17 years. 17. So we've seen each other's ups and downs, good days, bad days. We've seen each other's through losing parents and births of nieces and nephews and weddings of people. And we've seen each other in pretty much every situation. But until you're actually down, meaning myself, and needing your spouse to step up, when I tell you he stepped up, listen, no relationship is perfect, right? And after us being together for 17 years, does it feel like 17 years? It really doesn't. We look back and like time has flown. That's a good thing. In the gay community, 17 years, we've been together about 30 years as far as the gay community. Real talk. However, I just wanted to let you guys know that this man has stepped up with as far as changing my diet and finding out what I need to be intaking more as far as vegetables and fruits and what berries are great for me and all of these things. Between my sister Shaka and my sister Takana and Leighton, those three people really have in the past few months kept me up, letting me know that I would go to the store and they say eat oatmeal and I would get oatmeal, but not knowing that diabetics have to eat steel cut oatmeal, which is a different type of oatmeal. And they have me up on that. So I'm eating berries and strawberries and blueberries and apples and on a daily basis. So things are doing good, but I have to lose some weight. I don't really do the New Year's resolutions and things like that. That's just too much pressure and too much. But my goal is to come back down to 175 at least. At least. You know what I mean? So I'm 190. So I got 10 to 15 pounds to really work on. However, I do know that there's the story, the Venezuelan story of how we captured or allegedly kidnapped the Venezuelan president and his wife and four others, allegedly. And they went to court at some point today. I don't really know that much about it, really, as far as to talk about it and to go into it, but I do have an idea of what I really think it's about. And I don't think it has anything to do with what they saying it's about. But I'm gonna do another video on that, and we'll talk about probably just that, if that's the case. Um, Listen, are you guys aware? Seriously, are you guys aware that we're raising a bunch of dummies? And I'm saying that. I'm saying this generation that's here and generation, I'm not just talk when I tell you this story, I'm not talking about just preschoolers or kids in the seventh and eighth grade. We're talking about high school students now also. And a test was done. And they test the kids that this generation does not know how to tell time on an analog clock. An analog clock, a regular clock, 1 through 12. Seriously, that's on your watch, but on the wall. Schools are now thinking about taking the clocks out of the schools because the kids don't know how to tell time on it. Everything in such a digital world, what they're saying is the kids just look at their phone and it says 3:26 is digital, they get to read it. But if you have them look at a clock that's on the wall, they can't tell you. And tests have been done. And hopefully, if this thing works out, I'll be able to tell you what the report is on it. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, seriously, people, let's talk. What are we doing? Bunch of damn dummies. I'm serious. First, I've seen tests just last year that I talked about where they put telephones, our old telephones, the rotary telephone and the push button telephone in front of high school students, and they looked at it as if it was an alien from outer space. They had no idea that, excuse me, that the rotary phone, you put your finger in and it goes back. Okay. You ever watched a movie? You've never watched a movie from the 70s and the 80s and maybe even early 90s where they showed those phones? A push button phone. They lost their mind when they showed them a phone with a cord. Now, the cord we use, people of a certain age, the cord we stretched all through the house and it was no longer, we pulled the electricity out the cord where it's just straight all through the house. It's hanging on the floor. You know what I'm talking about? They had no, if the phone was connected to a cord, they had no idea. And I already know that the kids don't write script. So they have no signature. I remember working in legal and intellectual properties for 24, 25 years. There's no secret that attorneys and doctors allegedly have the worst signature and penmanship and writing, period. And that's part on purpose, so that things back in those days when it was important, when you had hand prescriptions where they wrote it out and gave it to you and you took it to the pharmacy, now they call it in and it goes through and you go there and pick up your medicine. But when they didn't want it copied. They didn't want you to understand what it was, right? Okay, but they can't write script. They don't understand script. They don't know how to read it. They don't understand it. Now they don't understand what to do with a regular phone. Now they don't know how to read an analog clock. I don't even know what to say about that. That's diabolical. We are seriously, for a new year, we're not even going to mince our words. We're raising a bunch of idiots. They know how to, the 2-year-old and 3-year-olds know how to get on the iPad and work it better than anybody else. Um, these kids, their social skills are down in the gutter. We know that because they're not used to meeting in public. Everything is something else, right? Okay. Well, let's get into this and then tell me what you thought. I gagged. I completely gagged. Let's see if this play for us.
Well, I'll be closely monitoring the time today as we prepare to count down to the new year. But it turns out younger kids may have a hard time figuring out the time.
Yeah, teachers in New York City discovered students were having a difficult time reading an analog clock after a recent cell phone ban. So it got them asking the age-old question, how did this happen? Fox's Duarte Geraldino takes a look.
Watching the hands of a clock move and understanding what they mean used to be one of the most basic skills students learned in school.
What time does that say right now?
That should say it's 8:50.
I know. I saw what you did.
Students got used to checking the time on their phones.
Listen, again, they say that students got used to checking time on their phones. Okay, which is digital. Why are you not teaching them in school? Like they taught us our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s, and we had print out papers of a clock and they gave us a time, mark off 3:30, and we had to do. What happened? We understand they've gotten used to. That's just being human. We adapt to our surroundings and situations. And of course, if we have phones that tell us our time on it digitally, we're gonna stick to that. But like now, everyone's talking about watches and stuff, and watches are nice. I love watches, absolutely. But having watches only because they're smart watches with phones on them, the kids don't even want to wear watches anymore. Where's the gentleman that wore watches, which meant to me, you had something to do. You had some place to be. Time was important to you. Nevertheless, what do you think? Seriously, we are raising a bunch of idiots. And I don't know what to do about it. That's so crazy to me. Okay, let me know what you think, guys. Send me some comments, send me an email. As you see, my email is still the same, charterstar@gmail.com. Or if you personally know me, as I get so many texts and things like that, like now, where's the videos? And this is my first video. I know today's the 5th, and this is my first video of the year. But again, I had some things planned, and I am still doing it. Relax. Okay. Anywho. I'm sure, as most of you guys know and are aware, that in New York, the MTA subway trains, bus fare, and train fare has taken effect, the increase. I know it seems like it's only 10 cents, right? Okay, but it's now $3 to get on a train or a bus or anything like that in New York. And not only New York, Port Authority, New Jersey Transit, fares are going up, and I believe they already went into effect as of yesterday. New tolls on the Turnpike, the Garden State Parkway. Listen, most of us here, I'm only going to speak for here in New Jersey. We do a lot of driving in New Jersey, right? And we have Easy Pass, which is in our car. So you're not continuously, when we're driving through tolls and stuff, we're driving through them. And it's taking our money or whatever, but to keep track. And normally, like me and Leighton, when we go out socially and we hang out, I'm not a big drinker and he isn't either, but I know that he likes to have a drink or two, right? I'm not big on drinking, especially now that I'm a diabetic. I really watch my sugar intake, and alcohol has a lot, except my Kettle One. We are in love with Kettle One because sugar-free. However, so what we do is we're going out, he'll usually drive to the destination, wherever we're going, whatever we're doing. And I drive home because that way he can be comfortable. He can have a drink or 2 or 3, whatever it is. And we're good, right? So I happened to be driving last week from some event we went to, and I'm looking at the tolls. You know, they have the signs on the side of the road telling you to toll, and it's coming up 1 mile. And that's when I really realized what the toll was. Like, I remember getting on the Garden State Parkway, was like 50 cents, 75 cents. And it depends, baby, that thing is $2, $2.80, $3, $3.20. I'm like, what? I had no idea we were paying those. And Leighton is always talking about they're constantly going into our account to re-up for Easy Pass. It's automatic. When he gets to a certain level, it's automatic. And he's like, why are they taking so much money? And long story short, when we went to my cousin's wedding back in September and we drove through the city and took the Midtown Tunnel because our wedding was right in Queens, but close to Long Island. So, it was away from Jersey, right? So we were taking the fastest way, which is going to cost you more tolls, through 34th Street, going into the city, through the Lincoln Tunnel and 34th Street into the Midtown Tunnel and such stuff. You're paying a lot of tolls. And when we realized, I think like maybe a week later, we were checking accounts and I think we had spent like $60 in tolls. That's just tolls. That wasn't gas for the car. And it was crazy. So anywho, yeah, tolls are up. Everything's going up except salaries. And, people are having a rough time. Hell, we all having a rough time. Let's be clear about it. It is what it is. Okay, so, everyone's doing veneers now, right? Everything is veneers and everybody wants these pretty teeth. And what I find is the kiki is, I don't know how it's going to come off on here, but no one's teeth. Like when I see veneers, I've seen good ones, but mostly bad ones. And to me, this is just me. They're like white chiclets. The chiclet gum, the square gum, they look like that. There's no space in between them. It just looks like a row of chiclets. That's just how I see it. And I know you may say, my teeth are my teeth, and I got side teeth. Okay, I got teeth on the side. Fries. So I'm just joking because I hear people talking about people got front, but they ain't got no side teeth. I got teeth on the side. However, your teeth is not really supposed to be white, right? From everything I understand, look at where my finger is, and I'm showing the eyes behind me, which is the picture of me getting to it. Anywho, your teeth are supposed to be pretty much the color of your eyes. They're not white. Like this mug is white. And I know my teeth might look white next to it, but your teeth are not supposed to be white. However, and the size of chiclets. Okay. Anywho, well, there's a self-proclaimed veneer specialist at the name of Brandon Dillard in Atlanta. Well, he's been indicted on 113 counts for allegedly running a multi-million-dollar unlicensed dental operation. So he was pretending to be a dentist. And I remember this guy I knew some years ago, right? And I remember this is when you first started with the veneers, and I heard he was a veneer specialist, and he was telling me, he was excited about it, but I didn't remember a dental school. I never remembered a dental school. That's just me. I never remember the person going to dentist school. And I'm like, a veneer? And they made it seem like, oh, you don't have to be a dentist to do it. And I'm like, yeah, if you're working in someone's mouth, I work in legal. If you're working in someone's mouth, you need to be baby. Okay. So this guy, Brandon Dillard, I'm going to show you a picture of him. He's been since 2021 up into 2024 to 2025 has been portraying himself. I wouldn't say a dentist. I don't know if he's ever said that he was actually a dentist. And I say that because his title was veneer specialist. Now, I don't know if most people know that you should be a veneer specialist to do, but we'll see. Well, this is Brandon Dillard. This is him right here. And since 2021, he has been a self-proclaimed veneer specialist in Atlanta. He's allegedly made in the millions. They're trying to actually get him on a RICO because he has had more than one office and he's unlicensed practice. And they're arraigning him on 113 counts at some point in January this month. I believe it's at the end of this week. I'm not sure, but sometime this point he's going to be arraigned. So can you imagine if he's made $4 million allegedly doing this? Since 2021, he did it for 4 years. We're now in 2026, but this stopped I think at the point of 2025. So for 4 years, he made $4 million. Can you imagine the amount of patients, and I don't even know if I should use the word patients because he wasn't even a doctor. Well, anyway, Brandon, let's get rid of this. I'm going to tell you a little what I know, and let's talk about it. Brandon. I don't know. This is crazy. It says Brandon Dillard, a man who promoted himself as Atlanta's top veneer specialist, has been indicted on 113 counts, criminal counts, and has been charged with performing cosmetic dental procedures without a license and other related offenses. Dillard operated A-List Smiles Atlanta. That's the name of his company. So if you have gone to him, and I'm sure plenty of you, some of y'all people have, for him to have made $4 million and he's allegedly self-proclaimed Atlanta's top veneer specialist. He's worked with a lot of celebrities' mouths allegedly and everything else. So if he has worked in your mouth, go get yourself checked out because everything may not be the way it should be, or it may not be in the order that it should be. Okay, I'm just saying, just telling you. What else can I say? Like I said, he's been doing this since 2021. He's been working without a license. I don't know if he's had any type of training. But again, sometimes, people want these cosmetic things. They watch things through music videos and movies, and they want these procedures themselves. Oh, it's going to be a new year, and it's going to be new vibes. I'm going to tell you what it is. Point blank, period. Like it or lump it. I may lose a couple of subscribers, and hopefully I'll gain a couple. But I'm going to start telling y'all the truth, and the way I want to. I'm not a newscaster. I ain't on channel 2, channel 4, or channel 7. So here it is. A lot of you guys are just cheap as hell. Y'all want these procedures, but don't want to pay for them. That's why you're running from country to country trying to hair transplants and this procedure and that procedure. And I'm not saying it's all bad, but those of you, if you want this procedure, but you really can't pay for it, don't cut corners with your life, with your health. Some of these procedures, and not just dealing with Brandon Dillard allegedly, but some of these procedures, you're being put to sleep. You understand? That the dangers are just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Look, I'm 190 pounds. I got a little gut going on. I can still fit my garments. Okay. They may not look the way I want them, but they will. I'm going to work on it. I'm not going to let them do no lipo. I'm not insecure in that manner. I'm sorry, and I'm just not. I don't really, people that know, you guys that know me know, listen, I ain't that insecure. I don't cry at the drop of a hat when it comes to somebody insulting me or whatever, because I know what it is, okay? However, if you've had work done on you by Brandon Dillard, the name of his operation was A-List Smiles Atlanta. Capital A, List Smiles Atlanta. That was the name of his business. So if you have had work done by him or know someone that has had work done by him, go get yourself checked out. Because again, he wasn't a dentist. Okay. So there you go, wanting to cut corners. Okay, so I'm going to bring you up. This picture, and then we're going to talk about, okay, maybe, and I'm gonna need y'all to get back to me on this one. Seriously, last year y'all played the game. I let y'all not leave comments. Leave me comments, people. I don't care if they shady. Tell me what you think. Don't think you're gonna hurt my feelings. You're really not. I promise you. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I can only get better. And I look at videos that I started over 15 months ago, and to where I am to now, and I know that there's change. Come on, guys. Okay, so it says doctor delivers miracle baby while removing 22-pound ovarian cyst. This is what we're talking about. So this is not a made-up story. I'm telling you what it is. Okay? Now, let's get out of this. And then I'm going to tell you the real story. Okay. In a remarkable medical case, a baby was delivered while a 22-pound ovarian cyst was removed. Her name is Susie Lopez, 41 years old, from California. Discovered she was pregnant during preparations for the cyst removal, which has been growing for years. Doctors found nearly found a full-term baby boy developing outside of her uterus near vital organs, and it was behind the cyst. And what is considered a very rare abdominal pregnancy, the team of around 30 specialists successfully delivered the baby while removing the 22-pound cyst, making a significant medical miracle happen. Okay, now, real talk. Let's get into this. Girl, tap, 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 tap. First of all, Susie Lopez, 41. She's a nurse. Okay. How, as a nurse, you're a nurse, you're licensed. For them to say that you're a nurse to have that title. You're licensed somewhere. How do you carry a 22-pound cyst that has been growing for years and not get that taken care of? How? And I'm being real honest with y'all. Okay, let's get real cute with it. Imagine carrying, and most of us can, a 5-pound bag of potatoes. 5-pound bag of potatoes, 5-pound bag of bananas, whichever you want. That's heavy, right? So imagine 4 5-pound bags of potatoes plus 2 more pounds, 22. And tell me what you get. How you carrying that around? Only to find out that you are also carrying a full-term baby behind the 22-pound cyst that you've been carrying for 9 months. But because this cyst is so big, nobody even knew you were pregnant. This is a full-term baby that they had to remove the cyst to bring the baby, to deliver the baby. Girl, Miss Susie Lopez, Miss Nurse, I don't even know how did you move around with a 22-pound cyst? Like I said, 4 5-pound bags of potatoes plus 2 more pounds. I don't even know if I can carry that from my car to my back door. I'm being honest with you. I'm putting 4 5-pound bags of potatoes plus 2 more pounds. And how far am I carrying that from my trunk to my back door? And you walking around with that every day. It's been growing for years. For years. It didn't come to you to say, oh, when this cyst became 2 pounds, hell, 5 pounds, it wasn't time to get cut off to be removed. It went to a whole 22 pounds. Girl, bye. Anywho, I had to let you know. Again, I showed you the mother and the baby. Everything is fine, but yeah, moving on. Okay, this is my last story, and I'm gonna let you go. And I promise I'm gonna do a few stories a week. My plan is now for the new year, I'm gonna start coming to you guys a few times a week. I want to change up the platform. Sometimes I'm gonna tell you stories. Sometimes I'm gonna stick to one video for one story, depending on what that story is, because some things need to be. Like this one with this cyst, with this baby thing, I could dig into this for another 10 minutes, but I'm not. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. You had a whole full-term baby behind a 22-pound cyst. Which means you were actually having sex with, it's growing for years. So you already had a 10, 15, 20-pound cyst while you, in the past 9 months, while you were having sex to be pregnant. Girl, it is so many questions. Girl, Susie, I would love to have you come on for an interview and talk live with my people because I got questions for you, girl. How? When? Okay. Well, there's a new show, right? On Tubi. And I know Tubi. And I'm not a big Tubi fan. Actually, my spouse has me into Tubi and I'm Zeus. Listen, seriously, Leighton love Ratchet TV. I mean, when I tell you love Ratchet TV, he got me watching the bad girls, the bad boys. Oh, Ray J's Love Cabin just went off. It's waiting for the reunion. I don't necessarily go and just turn it on TV. But I'm always walking in when he's watching it because it's interesting. It's funny. We sit there and fall out. We key. Real talk. We fall out. And apparently it works. We've been together. This is our 17th year. You have to laugh together. You have to be friends. You have to have things that you enjoy together, regardless. Okay, so there's a new show called Safe Space. I'm going to bring it up so you'll know, because I want you guys to give it a chance. It's interesting. I love the comedian that's playing his name is Kevin Stage, and we've seen him on different things. You're going to be like, oh, him. I think he did the cable commercials and just some other things. Anyway, it's called Safe Space, right? And it's on Tubi, and this is what it looks like here. And let me get rid of this because I don't know why this is even there, so we can get a full thing of it, right? And the T is it's about a psychiatrist. Let me open that. It's about a psychiatrist, right? Which is Kevin Stage. He's the comedian, and I believe it's a group of 4 couples or 5 couples. But anyway, he's doing therapy, couples therapy. And I think it's 4 or 5 couples, I believe 4. They're all different. And I think he has 8 episodes of this. And they're not like an hour or anything like that. I believe that they're like 30 minutes, 35 minutes each. But me and Leighton, when I tell you we was on the floor, because if you've been together and you've actually been in a real committed relationship for any length of time, you will see yourself somewhere along this, either questions you wanted to ask your partner or questions you may had enough nerve to ask your partner. Sometimes doing things with partners, you hold back because you don't want to come off looking fast or busy. So you act like you don't know about certain things until later. And they be like, wait, hold up. You ain't the first time you did this. You know what I mean? You know how that go. But anyway, it's Tubi and it's called Safe Spaces. And baby, we are on the floor because they're all comedians. The couples are comedians, but I just think it's so funny. And all of us, every one of us, it's nothing special because I'm in a relationship. We've all been in a relationship or 2 or 3 or 13, I think, or have some type of experience. You know what I mean? And you'll see yourself. It's funny, hilarious, because it's raw too. I want to tell you that when they don't hold back on words. So if you holy and thou and you trying to hold on to your salvation or something, maybe you shouldn't watch it because some of the verbiage is not for your kids. This is really for adults. But it's more like a comedy thing, comedians, and it's just funny. And it's called Safe Space. We love it. We thought it was the key. Give it a try. Right now, we need a lot. We need things to make us smile. We need things. Like I said, this is a new year. This is a new vibe for me, for my channel. Listen, I love you guys. And to my straight community that understand and accept that what it is, I can talk about any and everything, but it is what it is. This is life. Everybody's so fluid now. So, and honestly, you want to know something weird before I let you guys go? I was, you know what? I'm going to save that for that. And because I honestly can't tell the gay guys, the fluid guys, the straight, the lines are so blurred right now. It's ridiculous. And because everybody's into fashion now and things, straight guys, regular guys are just doing any and everything and their clothes are tied at it. It's weird. We're going to do a show on that. Listen, I love you guys. I want you guys to be intentional. This intentional is still ongoing. That wasn't the word of 2025. That's just the word, and get into it. Be intentional, live intentional. That way things will go your way more often than they may have in the past, because you have to be intentional about what you're saying and what you're doing and who you're allowing in your space. Okay. Love you guys. I want you guys to remember to subscribe, like, comment, share. And let me get rid of this before I say la vie. Yeah, I love you guys, and I want to see you guys soon. Like I said, I have a lot of things I want to go out again. Start thinking, send me some comments and let me know what days you think that would be good. Remember, I want to start off with 1 day a week. 1 day a week, maybe for 30 minutes, I'll go live where everybody can get on and we can talk and we can get to know each other more on a personal basis. And you can ask me whatever it is you want to ask me. just going on. I want to be more interactive with and I said once I receive 5,000 and I'm over 5,000 subscribers. So I really want to be interactive with you guys. I want this channel to grow. I want it to be something else. I want it to be what I want it to be. I love you guys. Have a great day. Be safe. Continue to have a great week. And I will see you guys soon. Love you. Yo, this thing is giving me the rah-rahs. I know y'all laughing at me. It's okay. This is part of the new year. Trust me. It's just what it is.